Hi, guys. Good afternoon. I wanted to come on and bring you a quick update on Nayim Carter. If you remember, Nayim is the little boy that was in an accident last year in February 2020. It was a near drowning. At the time, he was 3 years old. I played part of the video, was a snippet of the video 2 days ago on the live I did with Whitney. It's called Let's Talk. If you guys missed it, it's there. Naeem's father, who's Dr. Alli Muhammad, he's a political activist and he founded the Revolutionary Black Panther Party in Orlando, Florida. The mother, Amina, is the deputy chief of the party in Orlando. And so let's just get to it. Dr. Muhammad put out a statement and it's on the screen. I'm going to read it to you guys, and just remember that these are not my words. These words are coming from Dr. Alli Muhammad. He said, our son Nayim Carter was murdered by Nemours Children's Hospital in Orlando, Florida, Lake Nona. There's a hashtag Justice for Nayim Carter, and he goes on to give us a little background of what happened. He says that Nayim, my son, went to the hospital to be treated with pneumonia. He was medically cleared to go home. However, requirements involve full staffing by home healthcare nursing. Since Nayim was cleared to go home, the hospital could no longer get paid by the insurance providers because no further medical necessity. So they began to abuse and neglect him first. I then drafted a medical directive which included full details that he was full coded. I and my wife, Amina, his mother, began to take every measure to make sure his care was affirmative. We even filed a case against the hospital with child services. Next, due to the neglect, he got a UTI that caused him to be ill, requiring additional support until healed. He conquered that and he was cleared again to go home. Still no home health care nurses. Then he got another UTI from their lack of care and deplorable hygiene, etc., etc. Guys, so the next part of this statement, as you see on the screen, or if you're not watching it, it is a statement that Dr. Alli Muhammad wrote. I am not saying the hospital did anything. I'm not saying the family did anything. I'm only relaying to you the message that was put out there. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at Amina's Facebook page, but I have her link in the description. This is a very strong young woman. She's very strong. She was faced with all of this since February of 2020, and it cultivated to what happened this past Sunday. So each infection, they use all sorts of unnecessary drugs without our permission. They gave him Ricorium, which is a paralytic, and Ativan. I think about that. He wants you to think about that. He says that they've been trying to stop his heart for a long time. No real reason to give him those drugs that you use to prepare patients for major surgery. He said Dr. Thomas Robert Pott, MD, was one of the primary killers. Again, this is a statement that Dr. Alli Muhammad put out. So everything I'm reading is coming from Dr. Alli Muhammad. He said Dr. Thomas Robert Pott, MD, was one of the primary killers. He gave him the Ativan and he wanted to pronounce Nayim dead. But we fought, and Nayim shook it off and passed his EEG with success after the unnecessary huge dose of Ativan they gave him. Now, when I play the mother's audio, you're going to hear her discussing all of this as well, but this is the father's statement. The next killer was Dr. Neha Logani, MD. She is the one who gave him the drug concoction that stopped his heart, which then Nayim still prevailed. The next killer was Dr. Robert Smith. He's the one who keep on trying to pressure us without reason to do a DNR. A DNR is do not resuscitate, and abandon his CPR, etc. The major killer is Madeline Kahani, MD. He's calling her the commander and the director of those killers and he alleges that she directed them to murder their 4-year-old son, Nayim. He says she was the main one who walked out smiling yesterday. And again, this took place, it started on Sunday, and I guess everything ended on Monday. She was the main one who walked out smiling yesterday and said, well, you all didn't do a DNR, so we did it. We're not going to use our whole day helping him. Again, this is what Dr. Alli Muhammad is stating. He states, they murdered my 4-year-old baby boy. So there's a thing going on right now, Justice for Nayim. If you're interested in supporting the pursuit of justice for Nayim, they're asking that you inbox them, or if you want to give monetary support, there's a cash app that they set up. It's $RBPPHQ1. So again, that's RBPPHQ1. And I'm thinking it stands for the Revolutionary Black Panther Party Headquarters 1. So this is there. Dr. Muhammad had made a little statement.
We are fighting saving our own son's life because they refuse to do so. They refuse to do so. And they've been targeting him for a long time, for those of you who don't know. So we've been here fighting. Yeah.
He states also that the hospital targeted their son, and they've been targeting him for a long time. And this is the same thing that Amina is saying in her on her Facebook Live. And guys, there's a lot of videos there. You might want to go check it out and just watch for yourselves. You can form your own opinions of what happened. I'm going to play Amina right now, so that way you'll be able to hear what she has to say.
Before you go to the hospital. Excuse her here, we just got back from a long day. This is Naima. It's Naim's little sister, for those who don't know. And so we have enough people, so I'm gonna move the comments to the side. Continue to comment. I just don't want to get distracted, but please continue to share your love and support and drop those hashtags. Justice for Nayim Carter. Drop those blue hearts. Hashtag Team Nayim. And I'm on TikTok. Also, so you can look me up by my name on Facebook, Amina Zuri, Asetmaat, and you'll find me there on TikTok. So I'm going to I'm gonna move the comments to the side. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for coming in and supporting and wanting to know more of update of what's going on with Nayim. So here we go. Update for Nayim. Nayim is not at the hospital anymore. He's currently at the funeral home right now, and he is in the process of getting his autopsy done. There's already been foul play. Parts of certain things are missing. I can't say what is missing, but once we continue to talk to our attorneys and once we do certain things legally, then the information will be out there for the public. But just know they did something that they wasn't supposed to do. We gave them no permission to tamper with anything, and they tampered with something. So the dates for the funeral has not been confirmed yet. After the autopsy is complete, then we can come up with a date. But it's probably not going to be until maybe the end of the month, and that's in about 2 weeks. We are scheduling a visual or a gathering for Nayim. It will be this weekend, and the location will be given the day before. And we will have security there. We will be...
Guys, she's getting ready to go into the background of what happened with Nayim. She's talking about the they're going to do a candlelight vigil. I guess she's saying it's going to be this Saturday, but she's going to get into the background of what led to all of this.
Bearing arms. Some of us, not all of us, that way, we all can be protected. Don't worry. So if you come, then don't worry about anyone coming there to harm you, because that's not going to happen, The TikTok that I created, I've been having it. I posted on there today, but I'll give you an update on what I talked about. I responded to the TikTok that people were was sharing, talking about a hospital plan that and we were in on it. Me and his dad was in on it. You can get it. Me and his dad was in on it, and we backed out at the last minute. That's just a sick thing to even try to say. Black mothers and black fathers don't do shit like that. Excuse my language. We don't do things like that. We love our babies. We love our children. We love our people.
Guys, there was also a rumor going around that the hospital turned off the air conditioning in the room where Nayim was in and the family was in. That has not been confirmed. But again, Amina is a very strong woman. She was doing everything she could to keep her son, and you're going to hear her talk about this in a few minutes. The little girl, Naima, she's beautiful, and I'm thinking this is the little girl that was in the hospital when the father, Dr. Alli Muhammad, was performing CPR on his son after the doctors walked out the room. If you go to her Facebook page, you're going to see they recorded. There's one that's 35 minutes long. There's one that's almost a little over 2 hours. One that's like 45 minutes, an hour and something. And then the grandmother was there. She was recording as well. If you keep continuing to watch, you're going to see all the police officers that started showing up outside the little boy's door. Not my understanding, I read where they went back to the hospital. I think it was yesterday or the day before, but the cops were there and they would not let them back in the hospital. So keep in mind, this family is going through a lot. We're not placing blame anywhere. I'm not. I'm just giving you her story and what she's saying took place. Again, not saying the family did anything wrong, not saying the hospital did anything wrong. The whole story is just heartbreaking, and I really feel for everyone involved.
We always have been like that since I'm sorry. Come on, baby. Since the beginning of our creation, we always have been a loving, kind, caring, nurturing type of creatures, beings. We took care of the slave plantation. We took care of the slave owners. And we took care of everything and everybody. We're always nurturing and loving people. You can go to black people and we always help each other. What you mean, baby? This thing like that. We're always nurturing and taking care of each other. Can't speak for all those out there because there is some bad eggs out there, but most of us are like that. So for somebody to even have the nerve to say something like that, you don't know me. And I love my children, love the people that I love, and I will do whatever it takes, as you've seen. And his dad did everything it took to try to save his life when nobody else would. Everything was unexpected. Even the medicine that was given was unexpected because we didn't even know that it was given to him until after he started having issues with his heart. Nayim was not brain dead. For those who are out there saying that he was brain dead, he was not brain dead. Nayim had brain activity. He had his near drowning February 4th of 2020. I know I keep talking about this, but I have to clear this up, and I'm not here to talk too long. Nayim had his near drowning February 4th of 2020. Nayim moved and showed improvements 2 weeks after his accident. Nayim passed an exam to a pain test where they poke you or do some things like that to make you respond to pain. He responded. Nayim had multiple EEGs done, and it showed he had brain activity. So Nayim been having.
Again, remember the father put that in the statement that the EEG was done, and that checks your brain waves and your brain activity.
Brain activity since his accident, which has been a year and five months. Nayim was not in the hospital for a year. And I know I have to keep reiterating this because some of those people who are just now coming and seeing certain things, they need to be updated about Nayim's issue and his situation, in his case. So Nayim was discharged from Event Health 2 months after his accident, where he was released into our care and provided nurses and a nursing staff. Nayim, before he left the hospital, he was given a trach and he was given a feeding tube. They would not give a brain death.
Okay, guys. So after the accident in February 2020, he was in Advent Hospital. He was not at Nemours at that time. So we're discussing two different hospitals here. And Advent, if I'm not mistaken, but they put the trachea in. So let's keep listening.
Person the trach, and they would not give a dead person a feeding tube. Like you can't feed a corpse and you can't put a trach in a corpse, and they're not going to send you home. That's just common sense. They're not going to send you home being brain dead. So Nayim was sent home 2 months after his accident, after his surgeries. Sent home with a full staff nursing in our care, where he stayed home with us 2 months after his accident in February 2020. And he stayed home with us, went to doctor's visits. And his last doctor visit was in December. Nayim went to Nemours Children's Hospital after a doctor's visit. And the doctor's visit showed that his CO2, which the oxygen that we breathe out, was high. So from there, Nayim was transported from the doctor's office to Nemours Children's Hospital, and that's how he got there. Not that they're drowning. The drowning did not bring Nayim to Nemours Children's Hospital. For those who are spreading misinformation that you know nothing about. So I have to say, Nayim stayed in the hospital longer because of nursing. The nursing staffs could not be fulfilled on Nayim's end. In order for them to discharge Nayim from the hospital, they had to make sure he had 6 nurses, and at the time we only had 1, and we were taking care of Nayim full time by ourselves with 1 nurse at the time. So that is what caused Nayim to stay his stay at Nemours Children's Hospital longer. Also, the doctors and nurses was allowing him to get infections that they was not monitoring, and then they will wait to the last minute until Nayim showing certain signs of him needing antibiotic or anything like that to do something about it. And many of times I would get on them, and his dad would get on them about it. Like, why are y'all waiting so long to monitor and test him to make sure he's not getting infections? Because when you're in a critical condition, you have to make sure infections are not building up. You have to always make sure it's being tested. That's just common sense for anyone who's in the medical field. You know what I'm talking about. So that was not being done. So Nayim was being sedated. They was giving him medicine to sedate him. And because they was saying that he was resisting, he was resisting certain things, he was fighting against something that they were saying, and they needed to sedate him to relax his lungs. So if a person is brain dead, you wouldn't give them medicine to sedate them. And they was doing that January of 2021. And so it's like they kept overdosing him or giving him more medicine than we were supposed to, and then at times they would give him medicine without our knowledge. And just like this time, so it's like it was always a targeted thing when it came to Nayim. For some reason, I don't understand why. Like, I'm pretty sure it's because it's like this whole thing with the quality of life thing. the medical industry. If you ever go through a situation like this and you have a child that's in, critical care, and you have these ethics meetings, and then they talk to you about the quality of life, and well, you sure you'll be able to handle taking care of a child that's handicapped or or special needs, they will try to talk you out of it. And we didn't let them, like, whatever, my baby is here. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to take care of him, and I'm gonna love him regardless of however he is. And if he ever never turned back to how he was, it didn't matter, because he was still alive and he was still with us and with me. So that didn't work. Not with Advent Health and not with Memorial Children's Hospital. So Sunday, June 13th, Nayim was given medication that stopped his heart, and that is what caused Nayim's critical condition that led into Monday. And that is what it is. So I'm not gonna talk too much more about the situation. The video speaks for itself. I think it is a full-length video on YouTube. I will be posting the videos I have on YouTube also. So you can go. You can also Google Nayim Carter, Florida, if you really want to know more about it. And you can go on YouTube. We are gonna make sure we don't quit. So I'm not gonna stop until the world knows. And I'm not gonna stop until something is done legally, as far as a bill being passed. So certain things like this can never happen again, and never happen to anyone else's children. So so I'm gonna show y'all again for those who just came in, who haven't been here.
Okay, guys, she is sitting in Nayim's room. She shows the ventilator. She shows his feeding tube. So just wanted you to know that. But that is the latest update that she's given. Please, again, she has a Facebook page, and they've been keeping records of everything that's been going on. So if you guys would like to go over there and take a look at what she's saying, please go visit the Facebook page. I have the link in the description. Again, my heart goes out to everyone that's involved in this, and the family, the mother, the grandmother, the siblings. It's just really sad. Some of the comments that was on that live, they were really encouraging, and then some of the comments were really out of place. They didn't need to be there. Again, she's a very strong woman.
Show you where I'm at. I am in Nayim's room again, for those who saw it the first time. So I'm gonna show you now. So this is Nayim's room. He has other pictures that I took out of here, put him in other places, but I have this room, covered in certain things that he loved. There's some of the equipment here, his ventilator, his pole for his feeding tube, and certain things like that. So this is Nayim's room. And so yeah. As far as in, his other siblings, they are doing fine. His dad is doing okay. He did, and we did a live earlier, and you can go check that out. Alli Muhammad. I'm gonna go to the side and I'm gonna look at the comments for a second.
All right, guys, that's the latest update on Nayim, and it's coming directly from his mother, Amina. I read you the statement from his father, who's Dr. Alli Muhammad, and he is the founder and the director for the Revolutionary Black Panther Party in Orlando, Florida. I'm so I can't say anything, because this is just shocking. So I would definitely talk to all of you guys later. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. Again, if you want to donate or, help out the family in any way, I'm going to give you that one more time. Let me give you the the donation that they've set up with a Cash App. The Cash App is $RBPPHQ1. Again, that's $RBPPHQ1. Thank you again, guys, for being here, and I appreciate it. You guys have a safe and blessed day. Bye.